Hi, I'm Michael Howe with Gluware, and in this short segment, I'm going to talk to you about how Gluware helps to be involved with the CSNF showcase around automating security response with Gluware's intelligent network automation. So let's jump right into it. So if you've already seen this slide or this layer cake, so to speak, and are understanding all the components, the component that Gluware is driving in the lower right-hand corner there, labeled E, is around autonomic security response. So how can something be programmatically interworked with the so-called birthday cake to actually take action when there is a potential threat on the network? And so when you think of possible security automated response that Gluware could perform in particular, we could perform config drift of the network and or network as it extends into the cloud, understand if any configs changed. We can execute an audit of the network and config. So kind of understanding that, did anything get taken out of compliance? If the network was breached, was anything changed? Again, from an audit standpoint. Or you could take a more active type of approach where you're actually implementing some sort of change, like an access control list to block a particular bad actor, or some action related to routing or other filtering, performing segmentation or isolation of the network. So that all being said, let's take a little bit deeper look about what we did in this use case or related to the demonstration. And that's, let's start here by Gluware is in the automation and orchestration layer, and we're automating and orchestrating the underlying infrastructure, which happens to be wide area network devices, the data center devices, and the network as it extends into the cloud. The demonstration we're kind of focused on is around automating an AWS instance, but it really could be any of the public cloud providers. So in this use case, the cloud, as part of CSNF, the cloud instances are pushing data up into the so-called CSNF birthday cake, right? And so that information is being filtered and processed to determine if there's a security issue or not. So something in that message determines that there is a security issue taking place, there's a bad actor, and the component that's linking Gluware in is Microsoft Sentinal, has the ability to automate a response, and it's going to make an API call to Gluware that's going to trigger an autonomic or triggered response for an automated, network change or cloud change. And so with that, let's jump a little bit further, and just to say, the way Gluware is inserted into this stack is that Microsoft Sentinel is making a RESTful API call to Gluware in the logic and app designer. So when someone fires off that, or if it's triggered, the response on the Microsoft Sentinel side, it is making an API call to Gluware to take the corresponding action. So with that, and an effort to move kind of very quick here, let's jump right into the Gluware UI. And what I'm showing you is a new component of Gluware we call, let me maximize that again. Sorry. Okay. So what I'm showing here is a new component of Gluware called Gluware Network RPA. And what RPA is around is process automation. So from the Gluware side, we're automating the infrastructure. So what we're doing in this response is we're looking at network devices related to the infrastructure that this is running on. We're capturing the latest configs. We're comparing them to a known good state previously, and then we're looking to see if drift occurred. So did the network config drift? Is there any breach where a bad actor could have made a network change? And then you have a logical operator. So if drift occurred, and then you take the two paths. So if drift did not occur, we can just proceed on and provide notification. If drift did occur, we can re-provision those devices to a known good config. So this was all good, but as part of the wanting the extension or wanting to involve more on the cloud side, if I search ACL, I search some ACL. So here, there's, again, many ways to slice this. Gluware can make a native API call. Gluware can leverage our integration with Terraform if Gluware is actually the one owning all of the configuration. In this particular demo, we decided to make more of, let's say, a tactical interaction. So we're leveraging a third-party library called StackStorm. And StackStorm has an action to update a VPC ACL. So in this case, we're going to do VPC create network ACL entry, sorry, that one. And so we just drag and drop it into the workflow, and then we create the variables or add those in, and then we're able to run this. So what I want to show you is I'll just navigate over the StackStorm, since when we execute this workflow, Gluware is executing through StackStorm. Here I can see my AWS event, the create network entry ACL fired off, and I'm saying block the 1.1.1.32 like an emulated bad actor. When I jump into the network ACLs, I can see on my inbound rules that ACL has been added. So that's essentially what we're showing here. And just to kind of tie this together from an educational standpoint, Gluware has published RESTful APIs, and the RESTful APIs around RPA, our workflows, is you can get a list of those workflows through an API call, and then you can run those workflows. And if you need to potentially pass variables in and things like that, we didn't move on to that stage in this particular demo, but once that is fired off, when we worked with the Microsoft Sentinel team or that component of it, we're providing the API call to make and the credentials that they have or they can use so that you are authenticated on the API action you're taking. So I know this is pretty quick. We'd love to share you more. Visit the Gluware booth or reach out to gluware.com, and we'd love to share more with you. Thank you.